Hey everybody, I'm Ian from ESR Wheels. Welcome back for another episode of Wheel Talk. Today we're going to be showing off our new wheels, the CR series. So here at ESR Wheels, we don't like to sleep very much. And pretty much over the last year and a half, we haven't been sleeping very much because we've been developing a whole new series of wheels, the CR series. This series of wheels is going to incorporate two new accessories that we're going to be bringing to the brand, and they're both going to be adaptable to the wheel. Both accessories are caps. One's going to be a lug cover with a hex cap, and the other one's just going to be our classic ESR cap. So we realized our catalog kind of is at two ends of a spectrum. We have a lot of stuff with lip and rivets, and we have a lot of stuff with no rivets and no lip. We wanted to give you the best of both worlds. We've been working on this series to give you lip, no rivets, and a motorsport feel that maximizes brake clearance. And to top it all off, we're bringing you our brand new patent pending CR hex cap adapter. A lot of companies offer hex caps for their wheels. Here at ESR, our hex cap is an adapter. It's unique and proprietary to our brand. The detail of the cap actually accepts an adapter that allows you to have the option to put on our hex cap. So out of the box, you can keep your wheel just like this, or you can do something completely unique and different and make it look like this. As you can see, it gives you a whole new look to your wheel. You're gonna have many options with the center cap and the hex cap color. The lug plate is gonna match the face of the wheel. On powder coat, you have an option of creating something completely different. And if you'd like to view all the colors we offer in the hex cap and the logo caps, go on to esrwheels.com and you'll see every combination available. The CR hex cap adapter isn't the only thing that makes these wheels completely unique to ESR. Now, a lot of these companies that offer hex caps for their wheels only offer them in plastic. Ours are full billet aluminum made on our CNC machine. So being that the cap assembly is full billet aluminum, you're gonna have many options when it comes to powder coating. You're gonna be able to powder coat your lug cover and the hex cap as well. We created the CR series because we wanted to give you a lineup of wheels that was really inspired from heritage motorsport. A lot of designs from back then are really simple and straightforward. So across our lineup, we have a selection of designs that should cover all the grounds when it comes to the style you're looking for. With heritage motorsport being the main inspiration behind the CR series, we dove deep into Japanese and European motorsport to develop three new, unique, classic designs for the series. First up, we have our CR1. It's the classic mesh design of the new series. Now, we all know that mesh designs are some of the oldest and most popular styles of wheels in the industry's history. So we wanted to make sure with our new motorsport themed lineup that we incorporated that style into the series. The CR1 is a symmetrical pattern of 9 mesh style wheel. It incorporates deep layered ball cuts along all sides of the spoke to help embellish the silhouette of the spokes and give you that extra layer of detail to the design. Along with the deep layered ball cuts being one of the details of the CR1, we wanted to follow suit along with our other new designs and incorporate the debossed ESR logo onto the face of the spoke. It is powder coatable, just like the rest of the wheel. Now, for those enthusiasts who can't get down with mesh, we have two more designs to show you. Next up is our solid 5-spoke, the CR5. This is the CR5. It is the brand new symmetrical solid 5-spoke design that we brought to the CR series. The solid 5-spoke style of wheel is just as popular and as iconic as the mesh style wheel. So we had to make sure we incorporated a solid 5-spoke into this new CR series. This 5-spoke is unique to ESR because we added some extra cuts and details along with the adaptable hex cap. So like the CR1, we wanted to add a couple details to make sure this 5-spoke was unique to ESR and the CR series. Some of the details of the CR5 are going to be that chamfer cut on the side of the spoke. We added that to help give that spoke some extra dimension. A lot of other companies just have straight up and down spokes. It's very flat, very unappealing, but we added that extra chamfer cut. Second detail is going to be that debossed ESR logo directly into the face of the spoke. It's fully powder coatable and customizable. That was the CR5. Next up is the third design in our series, the CR7. This is the new CR7. The CR7 is a new symmetrical 7-spoke design that we have yet to offer in our one-piece cast lineup. We have offered this design as the LT7 in our 3-piece forge lineup, and it received enough love that we decided to bring it to our new CR series. As you can see, the wheel has that symmetrical 7-spoke pattern. It was heavily inspired by Japanese motorsport and the R34 Skyline OEM wheels. We added some extra details on top of the spokes to help give you that extra depth. On the spokes, we actually dug out the top of the spoke to help reduce weight, along with the sides of the spoke to help reduce weight. The cuts that you see on the wheels, they use more modern machining and molding techniques, and we wanted to make sure that this new series incorporates all the new technologies that are offered in the industry. The cuts on top of the spoke and the cuts on the side of the spoke, they relieve weight from the wheel and also give it an I-beam shape to the spoke, which makes it stronger. And just like the other two wheels, the cuts on the spokes aren't the only detail. We did add that debossed ESR logo straight to the top of the spoke. And as I mentioned before, this wheel was inspired by Japanese motorsport and the R34 OEM Skyline wheels. Those wheels are some of my favorite wheels, and that's why I pushed for this design to be in the new lineup. We had to add a little something extra to it, and we added an extra spoke. The OEM wheels come in a 6-spoke pattern. These, as I said before, are a symmetrical 7-spoke pattern. It gives it a little bit more gap between our other two wheels of the mesh spoke and the 5-spoke. So with this wheel, adding the extra details to it with the cuts on the sides, the tops of the spokes, and the logo on top of the spoke really make it unique to ESR and more applicable to all platforms of vehicles. All those different aspects combined made it my new favorite of the new lineup, and I will be getting this wheel on my vehicle. I do want to say all these wheels have 1,600 pound load ratings. It's 100 more than our usual 1,500, but we wanted to make these wheels just that extra bit stronger because we know the track guys are going to love these designs. So although we increased our load rating up to 1,600 pounds over the standard 1,500 pounds, we were able to maintain the low weights of our wheels. So normally, if you were to increase the load rating of a wheel, you'd have to add material to make it stronger, thicker, etc. With these wheels, we were able to maintain a lower weight with these wheels while achieving a higher load rating and higher tensile strength than before. Now lastly, to round things out, we're going to talk about the sizes, the clearances, and the finishes the new CR series comes in. To start, our 18-inch diameter CR series is going to come in 3 widths, 8.5, 9.5, and 10.5. The 18 by 8.5 is going to come in a single 30 offset. That's going to clear Ford Focus RS brakes and Mark 7 GTI Brembo brakes. The 18 9.5 option is going to come in 3 offsets, a 35, a 22, and a low 15 for all you track and drift guys that need that aggressive spec wheel. That 18 9.5 35 option is going to clear your Brembo STI brakes along with the GT86 BRZ performance brakes. And last of the 18-inch diameter widths is our 10.5. It comes in 3 offsets, a 30, a 22, and a 15. That 15 offset is going to clear the Evo brakes, and you're going to be able to run them perfectly squared around the car and get that perfect aggressive fitment on that 10.5 15 offset. For the 19-inch diameter we offer in the CR series, we also have 3 brand new widths we have never brought in 19-inch before. We stepped up from half sizes to full sizes. So instead of 8.5, we're bringing in 19 by 9. Instead of by 19 by 9.5, we're bringing in 19 by 10. And instead of 19 by 10.5, we're bringing in 19 by 11. So the CR series is going to come in a 19 by 9, 10, and 11 width. We stepped these wheels up from half sizes to full sizes because we knew these wheels were going to be a more aggressively spec series of ours, and we wanted to make sure the guys who would be running these wheels got the specifications they are going to need to fit the tires they want. The 19 by 9 width CR series wheels are going to come in a 32 and 20 offset. The 19 by 9 plus 32 option for the wheels is going to clear the F82, F80, M3, M4 brakes, no problem. Next up is our 19 by 10 width option. It's going to come in 2 offsets as well, a 35 and a 25. That plus 35 option is going to clear Mustang Big Brembo brakes. So if you need a 19 by 10 width wheel with a 35 offset, these wheels are going to clear the majority of big brakes you put them on. And last, to round out our 19-inch diameter CR series, is the massive 11 width. This 11 is going to have 2 offsets, a 25 and a low 15. This is going to be the most aggressive wheel you can get from us in this series. This 19 by 11 plus 25 option is gonna clear the Accupono big brakes for the G35, the G37, the 300ZX, the 350Z, the 370Z, the Q50s, the Q60s, and the brand new 400Z. Now, if you were paying attention, we haven't mentioned lip sizes yet, so the 18 by 8.5 and the 19 by 9 options of the CR series are gonna share the same 1.8 inch outer lip. The 18 by 9.5 and the 19 by 10 options of the CR series are gonna share the same 2 inch outer lip. And lastly, the 18 by 10.5 and 19 by 11 width options are gonna come with a 3 inch outer lip. And lastly, just to remind you guys, our concavities are specific to our widths. So if you change offset on the same width, you won't get a different face profile. You have to extend your width or reduce your width to do that. To top everything off, the CR series is gonna come in 3 finish options across all designs and widths. The first finish is our classic Hyper Silver with machine lip. Second is gonna come in a full gloss black finish. The third is a full matte bronze finish. You're gonna be able to get these finishes on any design, like I said, in any width and offset. And to remind you guys, be sure to go check out our website where you can see all the widths and options that we have to offer for these wheels, along with all the different cap and hex cap options that we're going to offer for them. You're gonna be able to play around with anything you want, get any type of finish you want on these, whether you powder coat them or leave them as is. To remind you guys, the whole idea of this series was to give you something brand new, never been done before, by offering you an option to keep your standard cap or adding an adapted hex cap. And don't worry, you won't be stuck with just our new hex cap option or our standard pseudo carbon cap. You're gonna be able to put on our brand new gel caps that come in a plethora of color options, along with our real carbon snap cap. That's gonna end this episode of Wheel Talk, where we talked about our brand new series of wheels, the CR series, our CR7, our CR5, and CR1, with optional proprietary hex adaptable caps. So head over to our website right now. They're out. All the hex cap stuff is on the website, all the finish options. Go check it out. Buy a set. They're gonna look great on your car. They're brand new, never been done before with ESR. Go follow our IG, check us out on Facebook. Don't forget to like and subscribe here on YouTube and leave a comment below. Leave your feedback. We love hearing feedback from you guys because without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make wheels. So with that said, my name's Ian from ESR Wheels. This was Wheel Talk. We'll see you next time.